Hi, I'm Harshan and I automate business processes to help you grow faster, save time, and to cut manual work. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create a system that automates the creation of social media posts such as Facebook posts based on a particular website or any other input source. So as an example, in this video, I'm going to take one of my clients' websites. So this client was a vacation rental company and they wanted the automated creation of Facebook posts for each property that they lease out. And this is an URL of one of those properties. So what we're going to create is a system that extracts all this information and creates a suitable caption for a Facebook post that has a hook at the start, a further engagement later on, a call to action at the bottom, and a hashtags at the bottom. So let's get started. First of all that property URL data of the property URL data of the client is going to be stored in a Google Sheet such as this. And we're going to make our scenario in make.com talk to that Google Sheet. So if we click on the plus button and we navigate to Google Sheets and we click on the search rows module, we can connect Google Sheet with this particular module right now. So to do that, if I click select for more, and if I go to this particular Google Sheet and I copy the Google Sheet ID, which is essentially the number following that D / and before this / edit, and I copy and I go over here and I paste it. Awesome. I found that particular sheet and I'll save it. So after this, we're going to create another HTTP request module. And this module essentially is going to go to that particular URL link from that particular sheet and extract all the HTML data there. So all you need to do is to fill in this URL field and make sure that this method is set to get and click save. And it's always a good idea for us to test our flow as we build it so that we don't come across any huge problems all at once later on. So if I run it now, I can see that it successfully obtained that URL from the Google Sheet, and it's also outputted all that HTML data here. So the next step here is to make sense of all that HTML data. To do that, we're going to convert all that HTML data to text information. And so I'm going to click on this plus button, and I'm going to go to the text parser module, specifically HTML to text, and I'm going to link it to this precursor data field from the module before. And if we run it now, you can see that all that unwieldy HTML text is now presented in a neat and more digestible format right here. So that's step one done. We have gotten our URL and gotten all the information from there onto this scenario. Now we want to make sense of the exact property information and also any image information within that URL. So let's go back to this URL that we're pulling data from, and let's just look at some key characteristics of it right here. Some key characteristics are you've got the images at the top, and you can see that all the information that we want is after this overview heading, and it goes on to list destinations, water parks, all this information that will be very helpful for us to create the information part of that Facebook post. So we want to grab this. So let's see where all this corresponds in that data that we obtained. We can see that at the start you've got all these other links from the page, and you can also see these JPEG links, which are the image files. And we can see that as we did on that URL, all the content information we wanted was after the space writing and all the way up until here. Because all of this stuff further on is prices and review information, and it's not really meaty content that we can put for our Facebook posts. So to do that, we need to create a new module, and that new module is called a text parser match pattern. And the intent of this module is to extract that segment of information that's useful from that huge larger text that we've obtained from the website. So to first do that, let me link that larger text from the prior module here. And we're going to create something called a regex expression to obtain just that particular paragraph. And an easy way to do that, and also I'm going to shift this setting to yes, because I found from experiences by setting the global mesh to no, it results in a few more errors and you need a bit more error handling fixes. So the best way to find that particular extract of information is to develop a regex expression with ChatGPT or any other large language model. And what I usually write is, I need you to extract a smaller segment of text from a larger segment of text. I need you to write a regex expression that extracts a smaller segment of text from a larger segment of text. And now let's go ahead and provide it the smaller segment of text, and now let's provide it the larger segment of text. So to get that larger segment of text, I'm just going to go back to this module here and copy all of that. And if we click enter, it pretty much spits out the regex expression for you right here. And a way to test this regex expression is to go onto a website, regex101.com, and essentially if you put in that larger body of text and you put in the regex expression provided by ChatGPT into that field, you can test to see the information that it provides. And there you go, that regex expression successfully extracts that piece of information. So now moving back to the scenario, I've actually tested this before recording and I have modified the regex expression slightly to prevent any error handling. And I'm just going to enter that in here. So if I go to my notes, that regex expression successfully found the pieces of information we were after. So again, I'm going to set this global match to yes, and I'm going to click text, and I'm also going to rename it just for good readability and trackability. Extract property information. Now I'm going to run this scenario again just to test whether everything's working fine. And there you go, it's spat out that particular segment of text we were after. Okay, so moving on to the next part, it'd be a good idea to include one of these pictures in our Facebook post. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to follow the same sort of pattern right here where we're going to create a text parse and match pattern module. And again, it's going to link back to that larger information text we got from the website. And you could find the regex expression using ChatGPT or any other large language model if you're not confident on creating the regex expression yourself. I have done that in preparation for this video. So I'll just go and copy that, save, and let me run it once more just to see whether it works well. Okay, there is some sort of error here because it's producing an empty output. Let's go figure out what's happening. Okay, let me click global match to yes and let's see what happens. Okay, there you go. It's got an output and it's got about 140 images because there were 140 images on that particular website. So now the next stage, what we need to do is create an array that houses all those images. So currently all the outputted images are in separate bundles, and that's going to create several other multiple operations from one run, which isn't going to be helpful. So let me place them in an array. So this particular array is going to link to that text parser module that got us the JPEG URLs, and it's going to save the order of the image and also the URL data. And again, if I run this once, you can see that the input contains so many bundles, about 140 bundles, and the output only contains one bundle. That's the function of this array. If you're unsure about arrays and if you'd like me to clarify them or create a subsequent video about them, let me know down in the comments and I can do just that. So moving on, we've got all our information, and now it's time to start crafting our ChatGPT module. So let's go to OpenAI and let's create a model response, and let me connect it with one of my API keys. Now you need to have connected your OpenAI account into make.com, and if you're unsure how to do that, all you need to do is click on this add button and go into your OpenAI platform.openai.com account and navigate to API keys. Click create a new secret key, enter the key, enter the details you want, create a key, and copy that key that you created back into here and click save. Now I've already done that, so I don't need to do that right now. If you'd like me to create a separate video on this, let me know and I can go through that. So for now, we're going to proceed with this connection. And you could select one of a bunch of different models here, and they all vary in price and speed and what they're best for. I'm just going to select the best one at the moment for reasoning, which is ChatGPT 5 system. And I'm going to enter a text prompt. And in preparation, I have created the text prompt right here. And I'm just going to copy all of that. I'm going to enter the prompt right there. So I'll just read over it. I like to give a system prompt at the start so that the system knows exactly what it's trying to do. So I said, you are an expert social media copywriter specializing in vacation rental marketing, creating an engaging Facebook caption for an Orlando vacation rental company that will be accompanied by a property photo. Then I have provided a user prompt which specifies exactly what I want this particular module to do. You are to write a compelling Facebook caption based on a given input about a property that captures attention, highlights key selling points, and encourages bookings while maintaining an authentic, welcoming tone. You are to make the Facebook post caption relevant to the linked image of the property. And the caption requirements, I have said length 150 to 250 words, optimal Facebook engagement length, tone is enthusiastic but authentic, family friendly, vacation focused, structure. I've labeled the structure, I've labeled what it should include and also what to avoid. And I've also highlighted key elements that need to be in that caption, such as property highlights, bedrooms, bathrooms, the fact that it's close to Disney theme park, the guest capacity, unique selling points. And I've also specified that I want it to output its answer in a JSON format, and I've given it the format right here. So given the following information, you want to create a Facebook post. So I'm just going to link that earlier module we created that extracted all the relevant information on the Facebook, on that particular property right there. And I'm also going to provide a linked image to the property via this array. So I'm going to click on that opening arrow and click on fallback march. And I'm going to select the first image that was stored. And I'm going to leave this output tokens empty. And by leaving it empty, it just pretty much uses the maximum available tokens allowable for that prompt to give you the best possible image, best possible caption. And I'm also going to click on this show advanced settings tab here. And I'm going to navigate down to output format. I want it to output it in JSON object notation. That'll make it easier for us to extract this information in order to directly put what we want in our final Facebook posts. So again, as always, I'm going to run it just to test it. Let's just wait a few more seconds. Okay, let's look at the output. You can see that it's neatly organized in these two fields, Facebook body caption and the hashtags. Perfect. So now it's all ready to be posted. You could directly post it via a Facebook module right here that creates a post. But I also want to teach you guys this social media management platform that I like to use called Buffer. So if I click on Buffer, it'll add that module to this scenario. And Buffer basically is a social media management platform that could link all your posts that have been created with automated posting times and all key social media platforms. So you got Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok right there. And to create an account, all you need to do is go to buffer.com. I click get started, and you'll be prompted to enter your details to create an account. And after you've created your account, you could link several pages here, even in the free subscription right there. So moving back to make.com, again, same thing. If you click add and enter connection name and click save, it'll prompt you to log into your Buffer account. And from there, you could allow access and connect to your Buffer account with that particular Buffer module. I've done that before already, so I'll just proceed with this. If you'd like further video on how to do that, please let me know in the comments and I'm happy to make that. Okay, it's freezed now. I'll just cancel it and open it again. And if I click on the Facebook pages as the profile, and if I put the text as Facebook caption there, and I also want to include the property URL so that whoever sees it knows exactly where to go to look at that property. So that's the call to action of the post. And then I'm just going to put the hashtag and I'm going to say post immediately. So it's going to load it onto Buffer as well as directly onto the Facebook page right there. I am also going to include that image that we want with the post. So if I click on link to an image and I go down to array, fallback, and I click on number 1 and save, and I run this. Okay, looks like we needed to enter a thumbnail as well. So I'll just copy what I put for the image and put it into a thumbnail. And I'm going to set this to add to the top of the queue. Let's just wait a few more seconds. Awesome. So if I go to buffer now, I can see that that post is right here, and this is how it looks. You have the engagement at the start. You have the call to action here, ready to make the memories. You've got the link here, and you've got the relevant hashtags here. And I can set this so that it's automated to be published at any particular time. But for the purposes of showing you what it looks like, I am going to tell it to publish now. And now it's published, and let me go to this Facebook test page that I've created. There you go, just published now. You've got the caption at the top, call to action there, hashtag, image. I hope you've learned something from watching this video. And if you'd like any other such videos or want to learn about automation in general, please leave your comments in the comment section and also like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye for now.